In the middle of New York's busy nights, where lights never sleep and people run faster than their own thoughts, Emma's phone kept ringing. Phone screen, Mom calling. But Emma, she stared at the screen for a moment, her eyes tired, her heart distracted, her world too crowded. "I'll call her later," she whispered to herself, pushing the phone away as if it weighed 1,000 pounds. Meanwhile, miles away, in a small, quiet hometown, Margaret sat near her window. Her hands trembled while holding the phone, her voice soft, fragile. Maybe today she'll answer. But the ringing stopped. Silence returned, and a mother's hope faded. Just a little more. Margaret had been sick for weeks, but like every mother, she hid her pain behind a smile. Her breathing was heavy, her steps slow, but her love still strong, unshakable. She walked around the old house, touching the faded family photos, tracing Emma's childhood drawings on the wall, remembering the sound of her little girl's laughter. Her neighbor visited. "Margaret, you're not looking well. You should call Emma." Margaret smiled weakly. "She's busy, sweetheart. She has her life. I don't want to bother her." But when the neighbor left, Margaret sat alone, holding her chest, trying to breathe through the pain. She whispered, to no one and to everyone, "I just wish she'd come home." One cold evening, Margaret opened her drawer and pulled out an old letter. The paper was soft, edges wrinkled, words written with shaking hands. She read it again, slowly, as if reading her own heart. "Emma, when your father died, I worked 2 jobs so you could stay in school. I sold my wedding ring so you wouldn't miss your college fees. You never knew because I didn't want you to." A tear fell on the page. "If one day you feel alone, remember, your mother's home is still yours. I'm still waiting, and I always will." Margaret folded the letter, placed it back in the drawer, and whispered, "Maybe I'll give it to her when she visits." But she didn't know that fate had its own plans. It was her birthday, the day she always waited for, because Emma never forgot, or at least, she never used to. Margaret decorated the table, placed 2 teacups, lit a candle, and waited. Minutes, hours, the sun fell, the night rose, but no call came. She stared at the candle flame until it burned out. Her heart whispered, "Maybe she'll remember tomorrow." But tomorrow was already too late. That night, Margaret woke up breathless, her vision blurry, her legs weak. She reached for the wall, trembling, trying to call for help, but her voice was too faint. She collapsed on the floor, slowly, silently, like a leaf losing its last hold. Her neighbor found her the next morning and rushed her to the hospital. Doctors tried, machines beeped, but her heartbeat was losing its rhythm. One nurse asked gently, "Should we call your daughter?" Margaret smiled, even in pain. "No, she's busy. Maybe she'll come when she has time." Emma was in her office when her phone buzzed. A message from her mother's neighbor. "Emma, your mother is in the hospital. It's serious. You should come home." Her heart dropped. Her breath froze. She grabbed her bag, ran through the streets, her world suddenly quieter, colder, empty. On the plane, she stared outside, tears falling unchecked. "Please, Mom. Please hold on. I'm coming." When Emma reached the hospital, she walked toward the room with shaking steps. She opened the door, slowly. Margaret lay on the bed, small, fragile, pale, nothing like the strong mother Emma remembered. Emma broke down. "Mom, I'm here. I'm so sorry. I should have answered. I should have visited." Margaret opened her eyes, soft smile returning. You came. That's enough. Margaret asked Emma to open the drawer at home. Inside was the old letter. Emma read it beside her mother's bed, and with every line, her heart shattered. Her voice cracked. "Mom, why didn't you tell me? Why did you hide all this?" Margaret whispered, "Because mothers don't show their pain. They show their love." Emma cried on her hand. "Please don't leave me. I'll change. I'll do better. Just don't go." Margaret's breaths grew slower. She touched Emma's face like she did when Emma was a child. "You were always my happiness, even when you forgot me." Emma sobbed uncontrollably. "Mom, please." Margaret whispered, "Live your life, but don't forget love." And with the softest smile, she closed her eyes. Forever. Emma buried her mother under the old oak tree. She read the letter every night. She listened to old voicemails. She sat in her mother's empty room, wishing time could reverse. But time never does. Emma whispered to the grave, "I'm sorry, Mom. I came home, but I came too late." And that is how a daughter learned. Not every goodbye waits for you.